If you want to write online and actually get paid well for your ideas, you need to avoid this one crucial mistake. I see so many newer brands make it, but also older brands, and it's the reason why they never take off. It's why offers flop, it's why their content never hits home, and it's remarkably easy to avoid. I'm recording this video because someone just paid me $1,000 for a consulting call to discuss his business strategy, and it's the first thing that I highlighted to him. If we didn't speak, I guarantee he would have wasted at least 6 months, maybe even failed altogether. And the worst bit is, he wouldn't have even noticed, because there is a much easier way to succeed when you know this mechanism. So grab yourself a cup of tea and let's dive in. So my client, smart guy, okay, got plenty to offer, loads of enthusiasm, and I have no doubt with his attitude, he's going to do very well online. And he came on to the call because he wanted feedback on how he was going to launch his business and launch his offers. And the thing that he had his main enthusiasm around was his newsletter. And I love to see it, okay, because email is the most important part of your business. It's how you reach your customers well, and it's how you don't have to rely on chasing algorithms and trends to get noticed. But here's the thing about email. You can get the right advice at the wrong time, which is precisely what's happening to most people. Let me explain. So writing online, building your business, the way that you achieve success is through iteration. What iteration is that you take action, you see how things go, and then you adapt accordingly. Most people don't do that, okay? They're not really responding, and that's why they get stuck in the same place. But the secret to iteration, to doing this process well, is fast feedback loops. The quicker the response between what you do and how the world responds to it, the faster that you can get better and you can get rid of the crap that doesn't work. So here's where the problem emerges. There is only one source of feedback that matters in your writing and your business, and that is who you serve, your reader, your customer. And so the fastest way to grow in the right direction is to stay as close to them as possible. So if you follow my finger for a second, if you're here and your reader's here, you want to keep this circle super, super tight. That can be when you're doing your content, you post, they read, you see how they respond, and you can improve that way. It's when you're doing your DMs, you're sending DMs, you see if they buy your stuff, see if they get on calls. If not, then you know something's not quite right. And the same when you're pitching your offers, okay? If you're pitching your offer directly to people, you're gonna find out pretty quickly if they like it or not. And so the quickest way you build momentum is to keep that loop nice and tight. And the enemy of that loop is complexity, right? The more factors that you add in, the wider that circle gets, and the more potential places where things can go wrong and you're not quite sure how to pick it up. You know, it becomes like having a burst pipe, but you've got 10 miles of pipe and you're not sure where the crack is at all. And so you start reacting, thinking, oh, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right. And as a result, your business is just full of inefficiencies. So I'll explain the exact strategy I gave him instead, but let's talk about the actual problem behind going down the newsletter route first. Most people want to start creating social media content, then they start creating email content, and then they build their offer, and then that way, you know, you can grow your business just by writing. It's the path that I took as well. But let me tell you, it is the painful path, and it takes much, much longer to actually do it this way. What we want to do is serve one person well. That's the only job that you have. And so we can do that without introducing email, because to build your email list, you need a lead magnet, then you need to have a welcome sequence, then you need to have great emails, as opposed to just creating some content on social media and speaking to the people you can serve. Once you have an offer that serves the one person you can serve best, to the best of your ability, you are absolutely laughing, because you'll know precisely what to write, because your clients will ask you all the questions. You'll know precisely what to build, because you've built it for the offer anyway to solve their problems. And you'll know precisely what to say in your marketing for your landing pages, for your lead magnets, so that you can create a customer journey that pulls people into your world and have complete confidence that it actually works. No guessing, it's all intentionally built for your best clients. clients. But if you do it the opposite way, okay, so if you start creating content and then you build a lead magnet and then you do all this and you haven't actually worked with someone to deliver the thing you deliver, you're building your business like a house of cards, okay? It's incredibly weak, incredibly fragile. You're sticking bits together and hoping that it works. The whole point is to validate before you create. And that's with everything that you do as a writer and an entrepreneur. So let me tell you the exact strategy I gave him next. But first, it doesn't really matter if you have the greatest strategy in the world. The whole point is that you need to be able to write well. And so that's why I created a guide called The 5 Pillars of Magnetic Writing. It will give you an entire content strategy that guarantees you attract the right people into your world. It takes 5 minutes to read, instantly improve what you're saying, and best part, it's completely free. So you can get that down at the link below. Now let's wrap up by talking about the strategy that you should be executing to build your business. So here's what I told him. Start with a service. Don't do anything else. Don't add in any complexity. You just want to serve someone well. So we get clear on that, who that person is. And again, these are all just predictions, kind of like hypothesis, okay? Because you want to build your business like it's an experiment. Right? Nothing is final. You're testing and you're seeing what works. And so we decided, who is the one person that he might be able to serve best? How is it that we can communicate his value through social media alone? Set himself a 30-day kind of content challenge to get that content machine up and running. And then how to actually begin doing outreach so that he can find out really damn fast if his offer is actually in demand. And the cool bit about this, by the way, is that the more conversations you have, the more problems that people are going to come to you with, and you can start to build solutions specific to the conversations. This way, you're not kind of guessing with what you're building, right? So you don't kind of spend 3 months building something that just wasn't that important for people. And so then what I told him was, you want to deliver this solution cheap. Or free. If you can't get people to buy it cheap, just start for free. 3 clients for that round, get some case studies, get some testimonials, and then improve the offer and relaunch and get another 3 clients. Repeat that process. I think you should be able to do at least 3 rounds of just keeping this feedback loop super, super tight. And once you've served 9 clients and iterated on this offer, you are going to have a fully fledged offer with loads of resources. You're going to have client stories. You're going to have a list of problems that you know people struggle with, and you're going to be so confident in your ability to deliver results, to tell stories that inspire people, that everything else is just going to click into place. I just said, then look at your offer and say, what is the early problem that most people are struggling with? Take that out, and now you have a lead magnet. Because we keep the lead magnet nice and broad, we're going to start pulling people into that world. In the welcome sequence, we think about the steps that your audience need to take to get the result, and you tell stories about each problem within that step, again, already delivered with your offer, so that when someone finds this, they're like, holy shit, this is what I need. This has been built for me. And that's just not, it's not magic, right? You've just been very intentional with what you're doing. And after the welcome sequence, you just keep up the fact that you're talking about the offer that you've built, the way that you're serving, the ideas that you're coming up with, and you're going to be useful, unique, and undeniable, right? And these 3 things are all you need to keep growing your business, and it's all just a byproduct of because you started with a specific service. You can then, once your newsletter is up and running, build a digital product that is an extraction again of this service that you have been doing. And if we just think about what that circle of feedback is like, so we started super, super tight, and then with each iteration, we can begin to add more and more. So for example, for me now, I think maybe 5 lead magnets. We have welcome sequences, post-purchase sequences, 5, 6 main digital products and loads of micro ones, a high ticket offer. And the cool bit is this is all just running in the background. It's mainly done by automations. I have a VA that helps with the management of stuff. And so all I have to do is write, and I'm confident in the fact that I'm pulling the right people into my world. And so if that sounds quite interesting for you, I have got released another video showing how I built my business to 500K a year with my VA. So you can watch that on the screen here, but please make sure you follow the right advice for where you are right now. Cheers for watching.